a foreword by our own Stephen A. Smith. Very cool. Please welcome Eric Braeden to the desk. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you. You know, it's a pleasure sitting here. I watch this damn show all the time.
You do?
Well, Stephen A. and now Max.
Yeah.
Did you lose a bet? How did that happen?
So, where are the cameras?
It's following you. Trust me.
Yeah.
You're live on the air, my man.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes, you
I
are.
don't see the cameras anywhere.
Yep. There's cameras.
I
Don't
don't
worry.
act until I see the cameras.
You don't need to act. Tell us about this book.
That book is written from the heart,
Okay.
you know, and covers my long history growing up in wartime Germany under the bombs. The city I was born in was 96% destroyed by the end of the war. They threw about 500,000 bombs on it during the war. So I grew up with a lot of noise, a lot of scary moments. And then it goes to my coming to America at the age of 18. I just turned 18. And I remember the viewing at 6 in the morning of the Statue of Liberty coming into New York Harbor and seeing the skyline. For a little boy from Germany, that is incredible. And that was the vision that most immigrants who came to America had. It's an overwhelming vision.
What made you write this book now?
I've been prevailed upon by a number of writers who had interviewed me and my family, and my age, I'm 49 now. And so one thing led to the other. I have very strong political views, as you know,
Yes.
but I didn't get into that too much in the book because you offend too many people if you do. I love sports. I'd won the German Youth Championship in discus and javelin and shot put before I came to America, and then won the U.S. Championship in soccer in 1973. And I love American sports. Love football, basketball, track and field, love boxing, your bailiwick, and love to listen to you rant and rave about all kinds of people. Love it. You have an eloquence, both of you. So eloquent. I mean, you never miss a beat. That is incredible. I got to give you kudos for that. You know, you're a bad man. Oh.
I'm gonna roll with that, Max. I'm gonna roll
I
with
know
that.
you
Max,
said
I'm gonna take that.
you're
I'm
a
gonna
big
take that,
sports
Max.
fan.
I'm gonna take it.
And I understand you were a Lakers fan. Why were?
Do I need to explain that?
Yes.
You do.
When Jerry Buss was there, the Lakers were, you all know that,
Yeah.
wonderful team. And then the mythical father died. And then the old Greek mythological story of the son trying to undo the father. And what he did stupidly is throw out all the people who were associated with Jerry Buss, with the father. Magic was gone, Jerry West was gone. None of them were consulted. Because the little boy had been hurt by them. He had been ignored by them. So he is taking revenge, I think, on the success of the father.
What culpability does the father have here, though? Because, I say this because, I was just in L.A. doing a radio show, largely about the Lakers, for almost 6 years. He left his dying wish, and the way he structured the team was that Jim, his son, would be in charge of the personnel decisions and Jeannie the business. And in order for the Lakers to succeed going forward, those two would have to have a relationship where they communicated with one another. Almost as though, look, here's the franchise and this should keep the family together. But in so doing, because they haven't been communicating, the franchise sunk.
And it's essentially tragic. In other words, I understand the father's wish to bequeath all of what he has accomplished onto his son. And I sort of understand, I guess, the father's desire to say, to hell with all of that, I make my own mark. And he has made it disastrously. So the point is that one is no longer interested in the Lakers, couldn't care less, don't care anymore. That's sad.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the fact that Jeannie Buss has decided to now bring back Magic Johnson as a consultant? And do you wish Phil Jackson was back there in any capacity?
To be frank with you, I do indeed.
Phil?
Phil should be back. Why shouldn't he?
In what capacity?
I know that you, obviously, because of his experience with the Knicks, don't have too high of an opinion of
As an
what he has
executive,
done.
not
as
the
an
coach.
executive.
He's a great coach.
He
not
should be
as
a
the
coach. He should be a coach.
Okay.
Smoke a joint or two and sit on the bench and, you know, be a coach. What the hell? So, you understand? Hey, man. You understand? So, that would be wonderful. And Jeannie should be in charge. That's my opinion.
Do you like the fact that Magic Johnson is back as a consultant?
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful.
See, as a
That man
consultant,
brings such light and energy into any organization. Wonderful.
but as a consultant, I wish he was more empowered, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if him being a consultant does anything for the Lakers.
Well, what else could he be? The GM?
Yeah, I'd say I wish he gave him control of basketball operations.
But aren't you worried?
Does he want that job?
That's a good question.
Aren't you worried, even with Phil Jackson back as a coach, that the league has changed so much as a result of rules changes and the new style of play, the spread, pick-and-roll style of play? Even when the Lakers went back-to-back most recently, there was some triangle, but there was a lot of pick-and-roll, that maybe the game has, the style of play has passed Phil by?
I don't know enough about the subtleties of basketball. All I can tell you is that Phil Jackson came back, Magic came back in one capacity or another. That would uplift LA enormously. Even if Phil Jackson was not that good of a coach anymore, who knows? I don't know. Do you know?
That Phil Jackson can't coach it?
Has the game changed that much?
It has changed a bit, yes. It has changed.
I see.
The style of play has changed a lot, and Phil's ideas aren't so efficient anymore, it seems.
So, and Phil's allergic to coaching a team where he has to where he's devoid of a superstar. He doesn't want any parts of that.
Yes.
He got to have at least one superstar for him to want the job.
You're talking about Michael Jordan and
Kobe.
Later on Kobe and all that.
That's right.
I see. Well, but doesn't that apply to almost any coach?
Speaking
You want to be successful
Go ahead.
in sports, you need to have a good coach, but the coach needs to have damn good players. I don't care who you are. If you have mediocre players, you can't go very far. That's all.
Speaking of damn good players and superstars and super teams,
Yes.
Kevin Durant joining the Warriors. Are you with your friend over here that that was the weakest move he's ever seen?
By a superstar. You're on the record, Eric.
Would you want to live in
Cameras
Oklahoma
are
City?
running.
No.
Would you want to live in Oklahoma?
No.
Well, then, would you rather live on the West Coast?
I'm not talking
Where
about
the sun
that.
shines all the time? Well,
He could have
Part
went a
of the
few places.
equation.
He could have went to San Antonio.
He could have gone
He
to
could have went to
LA.
Miami.
Could have
He
gone
could have went
to
to
LA.
LA.
That's right.
He could have went several places.
He should have gone to LA.
Which
And
one?
Jim,
Which LA?
Jim Bush should have exited as Durant came in.
So he should have went to the Lakers, not the Clippers.
No, not the Clippers.
Why not?
I don't like the Clippers.
Well, what's wrong with the Clippers?
The Clippers are very good. I don't like them.
They're
This man is correct. He has impeccable taste. Go
They
ahead.
are interlopers in L.A.
Right.
I have never really, couldn't stand the original owner. Couldn't stand him. Sterling, was that his name?
Yeah,
Yes.
Donald Sterling.
Couldn't stand the guy.
Me neither.
And I'm an old Laker fan. I've watched the Lakers since 1962. When Chick Hearns was sitting there at a wooden table in the old sports arena, commenting on the game.
What is, given the fact that there's some apathy about the Lakers now in L.A. generally, what excites you most about it? I see that you're a careful observer about sports before we even went on air. You were making astute observations about boxing. What right now in all of sports excites you the most, interests you the most?
That's a hell of a question. I want to see Mayweather fight McGregor.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to see that?
Yes.
But that's an exhibition.
No, it's
That's
not.
what, no. Let me tell you something. I have enormous respect for boxers. Done it myself. I boxed in the ghetto gyms of L.A. on 78th and Hoover. It doesn't exist anymore. 108th and Broadway. Bill Slayton was the owner of that gym, and Kenny Norton used to work out there, and Michael Dokes and all those people.
Yeah.
I have enormous respect for boxing. Unbelievable, deep respect. But UFC, that's another dimension.
So you mean compete in a ring or the octagon?
The octagon.
Well,
No.
maybe-
All the,
never
well,
seen
all the
anything
ring,
like the
wait a minute. McGregor's not just going to box him.
Oh, well then
I mean,
Mayweather has
that's
no
what they're
shot.
talking
One second. If he boxes him, that's a joke.
Right, right.
He needs to go boom.
But isn't it equally a
Guys,
joke
I'm
if they are in the octagon?
That's right. Why would you want Mayweather in an octagon? That's very unfair.
You want to put him in a triangle?
Well, why would you want McGregor in a ring?
Because he thinks
Oh,
he
Steve
can beat
Ray.
Mayweather.
What?
He thinks all he has to do is catch McGregor. I'm sorry, catch Mayweather, and Mayweather will fall. Mayweather knows there's nowhere on earth he needs to be in an octagon with McGregor, but McGregor thinks he can step in a boxing ring against Mayweather.
That's ridiculous.
I agree.
We got to put him in a hexagon. Split the difference.
If McGregor only boxes against Mayweather, he doesn't stand a chance.
Right.
Not a chance.
Well,
Mayweather is the most elusive, technically brilliant fighter I remember.
Of all
I've watched
time.
them all. I think of all time.
We got to leave it there, guys. Eric Braeden, I'll be damned. In stores now. You are at the Ford, but we are not done with you. I'm very excited for this next segment. Coming up, we're going to have the great Eric. He's going to critique Stephen A's past performances on
boy.
General Hospital.
Oh, boy.
You know this is going to be good.
Boy.
Is your mom watching, Stephen A? And your sisters?
I hope not.
I hope so.